Our lives are full of chapters, and we are all at a different chapter in life. And it can get so easy to compare our chapter 3 to our best friend's chapter 8, or the neighbor and they're on chapter 20. Our lives are all different, and it can be so easy to compare and to run ourselves ragged trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I want to talk today about accepting the chapter you're in, accepting this season of life that you're in, and making the most of it. But before I do, I just want to remind you to connect with me on Instagram at the Jessa. And if you enjoy this episode, or you've listened to any of the episodes in the past that you absolutely loved, I would really love to hear from you and have you share that to your stories and tag me in it so that I can share it to my stories as well. All right, let's get into today's episode about accepting and owning the season that we're in. Hey mama, are you struggling with how to make time for yourself as a work-at-home mom? Are you drowning in laundry and dishes, poopy diapers, and kids who are constantly screaming, Mom, even though they're 5 feet away from you? I get it. I'm Jessa, and this is Caught Up in Motherhood, where I want to help you set priorities, create boundaries, ask for help, and learn to love yourself in motherhood again. You can show up for you without sacrificing motherhood and without the guilt. So if you're ready to be caught up in motherhood, then go grab a fresh cup of coffee and that laundry basket sitting in the corner. Don't worry, I've got mine too. And listen in to today's episode. Okay, if you're a new mom who just had a baby, or maybe you're pregnant with your first, or maybe you have 2, 3, 4 kids under your belt already, I want you to think back to that first pregnancy, getting ready, all the things you had to do, all the things you got to buy, and all the preparing and prepping that you did to welcome this new baby into your life. And what did you do? How did you prepare? For me, I went to Pinterest a lot. TikTok wasn't around yet. I went to Pinterest a lot and was looking at all of those. What do I need for baby blog posts for this new baby? And we get all the things and we do all the preparing. We read all the blog posts, the baby books, talk to family and friends, and do all of these things and take in all of the advice. And then the baby gets here. And when we're in the moment of being that new mom, or that moment of new baby, whether you've had 2, 3, or 4, whatever, you're in this new season. There's this new little bundle that you need to take care of that is 100% reliant on you, and you have to adjust and figure out how to make that work. And I know for my new mamas, when you're in the moment, it is so hard in the beginning when you have just one, because it is completely new. Whether you babysat kids or not, it is a whole new game. And then you have number 2. It gets a little easier. You understand the cries. You know the routine a little bit. But you adjust to this new baby's needs. Same thing happens with 3, 4, and so on. But what I want to remind you is when you're in these moments, you're in a different chapter. You're in a different season of life than your friend, than the girl on Instagram that you follow, than your neighbor. And we all do things differently and learn differently, and that's okay. You, we, I, all of us need to remember that the season that we're in is okay. We need to stop worrying about and preparing so heavily for tomorrow that we forget to enjoy where we're at, that we forget to enjoy these little moments that we're in now, like getting ready for the baby. We just can't wait to have that baby here, that we don't enjoy those last couple months with our spouse and actually just getting ready and picking out whatever it is that you're going to do, your theme for your nursery and all of the things. And then when the baby's here, it's like you're waiting for that next milestone. You're waiting to check off the next thing. Did the baby sit up yet? Oh, did the baby coo? Did the baby say your name? Are they walking, crawling? Waiting for that next thing to check off the list that you've succeeded. And having these lists can be helpful, absolutely, but we all need to go at our own pace. And something that having 3 kids now has taught me is how different each one is going to be. When they crawl, when they walk, when they talk, the foods that they're going to like and hate, their personalities, and how different they all are going to be. And we need to remember that this season that we're in, this chapter that we're on, is just that. It's just a chapter. It's just a season. And there's going to be ups and downs. And we need to enjoy and see the positive side of that season or that chapter that we're in right now. Because you're going to look back and you're going to see this moment that you had a hard day or you struggled the first time your baby got sick and you didn't know what to do or how to handle it, and it's okay. You're going to look back on it and you're going to think, wow, I did that. I took care of that baby. That baby is now a toddler or a preteen or an adult, and I did that. And you're going to miss it. It seems in the moment that these seasons are long. This baby stage, the toddler stage, they seem long. But when you think about how long your kids stay with you before they, go off and do their own thing, it's such a short period of time in the grand scheme of things, right? They're with you for 18 years. For simplicity, let's just call it 20. Because it seems like they're staying home a little longer and longer now. So they're with you for 20 years. And we live to be what now? 70, 80, 90 if we're lucky. We can get to our 90s. So again, for simple math, let's say that they stay with us for 20 years and we live to be 80. Think about that. That is a small portion of your life that you have this child to take care of. We need to remember that there are positive moments. Yes, there are hard ones, but we need to enjoy the time that we have and stop comparing our season, our chapter to the other moms around us. And I want to remind my new mommies that this will pass. The long nights of not sleeping and nursing in the middle of the night and the crying when you don't know why will pass. The arguing with a toddler, the saying no, the getting into the dog food and messy, dirty parts will pass. The potty training, oh goodness. The potty training will pass. Whether you put in all kinds of effort and you push to do it in a weekend or you take a whole year to make that happen, they'll be potty trained by the time they go to college. Don't worry. We put so much pressure to be a certain type of parent, a certain type of wife, a certain type of person on ourselves that we in turn put that pressure on our kids and in our spouses and pets even, and make our lives that much harder because we're putting these high expectations on ourselves and everyone around us that realistically no one can meet those expectations because those expectations are going to change. As soon as they get just about there, it's going to change. Like potty training. Okay, we want you to go potty on the toilet once today. Great. Okay, now it's twice a day. Now it's every day. Now you need to go poop on the toilet. Now you need to be dry overnight. Now you need to... See? It keeps changing. That end goal will never fully be achieved. We're always looking for something else to work towards, something else to be doing. That if we don't enjoy the moment we're in and we don't enjoy these wins as they happen, we're always going to be struggling. We're always going to be running. We're always going to be going, and we're not going to enjoy it. And we're going to look back and we're going to have those regrets. Those moments of, why didn't we do X, Y, Z? Why didn't we create more memories and more enjoyment instead of pushing to do the things? These seasons that you're in will pass. Whether it's the season of a newborn, it's a season of financial struggle, it's a season of abundance. These seasons will pass. These things will change. And it's taking the positive, taking ownership of this time and being okay with it. Take that deep breath and see the positive, own what you're in, and do something about it. If you are in a new mom stage and you're struggling financially because things have changed, right? All of a sudden you have to buy diapers for this new baby. Maybe you're like me and you got 2 in diapers and 1 in nighttime pull-ups. That's a lot. And the financial thought of another baby in diapers or another mouth to feed or whatever is going on can be stressful. Absolutely. Are you lost in motherhood and feeling overwhelmed with managing it all? The house, the kids, the running around, and everything in between. You're just so tired that the thought of taking time for yourself is simply exhausting. So instead, you numb out on social media and eat those snacks that are hiding in the back of the freezer. And while you're doing this, you're beating yourself up and comparing yourself to the others that you see online, wondering, why can't I do that? Why doesn't my house look like that? And then you go to bed and you tell yourself you'll do better tomorrow. Tomorrow, you'll take some time for yourself. Tomorrow, you'll go to bed early. Tomorrow, you'll plan a date night. But tomorrow never comes. Those promises that you keep making to yourself, they don't happen because you keep doing the same thing over and over again, just like yesterday, but you're expecting different results. I know this feeling. I have been there. I have been lost in these moments of feeling inadequate in loving my kids and wanting to provide for them in the best way possible, but feeling like I'm failing, like I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. You are not alone, Mama. I see you, and I want to help you get past this, get past these negative feelings and thoughts. I want to see you thrive in your motherhood journey and own this season that you're in. I want to help you see the positive in the everyday and enjoy the little moments and learn how to support yourself again. I want to be your best mom friend next door, whose door is always open, the iced coffee is always ready, and that porch swing is always swinging. I am here to guide you through the tough days because, Mama, I've been there. I know what you're feeling, and it's okay. These feelings are valid, but it's how we respond to them that can change the course of our day. Now, Mama, this right here, these feelings that you're experiencing right now, this is why I created my Mama Connection Coaching. I want to help mamas like you, mamas like me, mamas that want to do it all, that know that it starts with them and how they talk to themselves, mamas that know that you can do it, You just need a little help, a little encouragement to get started. So what do you say? Are you ready to come knock on my door and start connecting with yourself again? Are you ready to feel caught up in your motherhood journey, to know that you got this? Then I encourage you, Mama, to book a Mama Connection coaching call today so that tomorrow can come and you will be ready and you got this. But there are always going to be these seasons of change and these seasons of abundance. And it's how we adjust to them and how we respond to them that's really going to set the tone, right? So let's say that you're in this financial hardship stage right now. Gas is expensive. Eggs are expensive. Milk. You need to think about what that means. What's important to you right now? In this moment, in this season, what's important? I can tell you, before I had kids, I bought all my makeup from Ulta and Sephora, and I would get the expensive shampoos and conditioners from the hair salon and get my hair done every 3 months, color cut, the whole 9 yards, right? Spending, I don't even want to know how much money on those pieces because I worked in corporate and image was important. Just the upkeep of maintaining that image. And for me, that meant I wanted to get highlights. I wanted the nice makeup. And those were my choices. Now, mom of 3, work at home mom, making enough money to cover the bills. My goals have changed because I would rather spend my time with my kids than hustle right now. I'm not grinding and making all this, money, coaching and doing the OBM stuff right now because I'm choosing to be mom first. Yes, those things are important and that financial piece is important, absolutely. But I don't need to be working 40 hours a week right now, and that's okay. I'm fine working 10 hours a week. And I'm making my choices. And I'm not buying makeup from Sephora and Ulta, and I'm not getting my hair done every 3 months. And that's okay. Though this is the season of life that I'm in right now. And when my kids are older and we're no longer doing all the diapering and those things, if I decide that that's important again, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. I don't know, because I don't know who I'm going to be in a couple years, right? I completely believe that we change and we grow constantly. We're always learning, we're always adapting, we're always experiencing new things that the person that I was, the person that you were in high school, in college, in your 20s, is going to be different than the person you are in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. And I hope that you are. I hope that you're different, that you've experienced life enough to have made changes. Good, bad, or the other. You've experienced life. And from that, you've learned. And from that, you've grown. Right? That's what we want from our kids. We want to be able to help them grow and to learn and to move forward. So why not? Why not expect and hope for the same for ourselves? And give ourselves that same grace of learning and growing and changing. And priorities are going to change. So if you're currently struggling with being mom because you used to be something else, it's okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to miss what you had. And it's okay to love this new season that you're in. And it's okay to work towards that next season. I just ask that you enjoy the moments that you have now. Because you don't know how long they're going to last. You don't know how fast they're going to change. And even though even though these times are fleeting and these times are changing and we're in different chapters. I hope and pray for you that you are able to enjoy this season, take that leap of faith, and be in the moment. And stop comparing your chapter 3 to her chapter 5, because it's always changing. We're always growing and adapting. I don't know if you remember these when we were little. Well, when I was little, I should say. But there were these books. And they were adventure books where you'd read a page or two and then you'd have to make a decision. And at the bottom of the page, it would tell you where to go in the book based on your decision. And you could reread these books, I don't even know how many times, because you would make different decisions and you could get different outcomes throughout the book. And that's how life is. You had a baby, your friend had a baby, your neighbor had a baby, but you're reading different books. You're experiencing different pieces. You're making different choices. What's important, what's a priority is different. And there's nothing wrong with that. What you enjoy and where you want to spend your time is your decision, not mine. Not your friends, not your neighbors. The only other person that really gets a say is going to be your spouse. But at the end of the day, it's still your decision. He just gets to voice his opinion a little bit. But if you're a stay-at-home mom who cannot wait to go back to the office, or you're a corporate mom and you cannot wait to come home to those babies at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you don't have. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to something different. But you need to still enjoy where you're at. Because what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, you're also projecting. And just keep that in mind when you're frustrated, overwhelmed, tired, anxious. Your kids can see and feel those things, and your husband, and your pets. And we need to just remind ourselves that they can feel that, just like we can feel it for them too. And take that minute to take a breath and remember the positive, to check ourselves and stay positive and see the positive. Oh no, he peed his pants again. Oh no, she spit up down my shirt. Okay? He's learning how to control his bowel movements, and he told you about it, and he is already experiencing shame. Don't make it worse. You can change your shirt. You can do laundry. There's nothing wrong with doing another load of laundry. Oh, guess what? You just got another outfit change for the day. She decided that you needed to match. You're wearing blue. She is wearing pink. Go put on that pink shirt. Now you match. There's nothing wrong with flipping it for the positive and seeing that positive side whenever you can, and enjoying those moments and owning the season that you're in. I know I'm being repetitive here, but this is important. Our kids are here for our future. They are our future. And how we treat them and how we parent them and the examples we set outline their base for how they're going to behave and how they're going to create and be as an adult. And that can be scary. And we're constantly questioning if what we're doing is good enough, or beating ourselves up because we weren't able to keep our emotions in check, or we got frustrated and exploded, or cried in the living room, whatever it might be. Just remember that you're human too. You're learning and growing and adjusting just as much as your kids are. You might be different because you hopefully know your ABCs and can count to 10, but you're still learning and growing just like they are. And if you need to take that break and take that time, do it. It's Friday for me the other day. I was completely overwhelmed in my day. Nothing out of the blue happened. Nothing new, nothing crazy. But I, for some reason, needed a break. So I put together a pickup order for diapers because I needed diapers. And then I put together a pickup order for some groceries. Took the hour to get the kids loaded up into the car, and we went for a drive. I stopped and got myself an iced coffee, and then we went to our 2 stops to pick up the groceries and the diapers that I had ordered, and then we went to the park, and the boys got to play. And just getting out of the house, getting a change of scenery, listening to a podcast that I enjoyed, and listening to some music with my kids in the car was such a nice change for all of us. And then to go to the park, though a little difficult because I did not have a stroller for the baby, but next time. The boys got to run around and play and have a little bit of fun, and it was a good day. It was a good day. It started rough, but I took the time to think about what I needed, which was getting out of the house, getting outside, because it was 80 degrees that day. And side note, it's snowing now, a couple days later. But I needed to get out of the house, and I needed to enjoy that time away from what I considered my responsibilities of the home. You know, the laundry, the dishes, the vacuuming, the podcast recording, coaching, and all the things. Needed a break, needed to get out. So that's what we did. And taking that hour to get the kids ready was worth it for me. Coming home and having 6 boxes, diapers and wipes and things to unload and deal with. Whew, not fun. But we did it. Turned it into a game. I had my little helpers carrying 1 pack of diapers at a time. My whole point here, we'll wrap it up now, is enjoy the season you're in. Stop comparing your chapter to someone else's chapter. Stop trying to go to the back of the book and just be in this moment. Enjoy this moment. See the positive, check yourself, and adjust for the positive. And hope for tomorrow, yes, but don't hope for tomorrow so strongly that you're blind to what's in front of you. It could be a rough time right now, financially, emotionally, whatever, but there is always something positive that you should be able to see from that day. Even if it's something as simple as you woke up this morning. The kids woke up this morning. If that's all you can think about for being positive for today, okay, take that. And then tomorrow, it'll get better. Because we need to change our mindset. We need to change how we see the day for the positive. And then once you change it, and you're actively working towards it, you'll see more positives from the day. It's something we have to work on and work towards. So see the positive today. Enjoy this chapter that you're in. And remember, you got it. Hey Mama, thanks for hanging out with me today. I know you have a lot going on, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope this episode gives you new energy to tackle the day. If so, could you leave a review and subscribe to the podcast so that you never miss an episode? That would mean the world to me. I'd also love to connect with you on Instagram, so send me a DM and let me know if this episode was helpful. I love hearing from you. Remember, Mama, you got this. Until next time, I'm Jessa Ray, and this is Caught Up in Motherhood.